everybody. Welcome to our next exit. Well, as you can see, we got another big old box here. Pearl got a new E-Trike from Ad Motor. We opened it up and it looks really great, but I haven't taken it out and put it together or nothing yet, but she's ready. It's got some features on it that she's really looking forward to that's going to make it maybe a little more stable. It's got her parking brake and a couple other things. So let's take a few minutes, put it together, and see if we can't get her out on the road. I'm not kidding you, it takes longer to get it out of the box and get it unpacked than it takes to put it together. All you got to do is put the front wheel on, the fender, and the little box over there's got a headlight and a horn, and the seat. Pretty much it. Pretty easy job. It's anybody's guess when she'll be back. So we got a few minutes to kill. Let me kind of tell you what we got going on here. This is the E-Trike that we just put together. It's the Ad Motor E310 CityTri. And we got the color blue. They've got 5 colors. And it's a foldable E-Trike. We just, if you've watched our videos, we've been traveling from down here in Yuma all the way up to Seattle. And we've gone on some really neat bike rides along the way, and we really enjoyed it. But to be honest, the bike we had wasn't foldable, and it was a little cumbersome to haul. We had a trailer or a rack in the back of the car, so the RV pulled the car and we had a trailer back there, and it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't too great either. Well, this foldable trike got our interest because we could put it inside the back of the car. I think we haven't put it in there yet, but that's what got our interest. Ad Motor contacted us, asked us would we like to try out their new CityTri that is foldable and it might fit with our travel plans a little better. Fold it up and put it in the back of the car. And we said, yeah, send it to us. They sent it to us for free. And it may be something that we take with us next year. And they have a real interesting statement here on their website. It says the CityTri is the high-spec, most powerful electric trike for under $2,000 in the whole world. The high-spec, most powerful electric trike under $2,000 in the whole world. That's a pretty big statement. So that's what we're going to do here is go over the CityTri, its features, and we're going to compare it to the 2 most popular electric trikes, I think, in the United States, and that's Ad Motors. They put out a new electric trike about a year ago, and the company Electric put out an electric trike about a year ago as well. And both of those trikes are under $1,500, so they're about $500 less. So you would expect the $1,999 Ad Motor CityTri to have more features, but we're going to see just how that stacks up and if it's worth that extra 500 bucks. So let's start off with one of the most unique things, I think, is they've got 5 colors. They've got this red, yellow, and gray, and they also have blue and green. We got the blue, but the unique thing about it is they got 3 different sizes. The frame, on all 3 sizes, they have the mini, the regular, and then the plus. The frame is the same. The distance from the seat to the pedals is the same. And the distance from the front fork to the rear forks, same. The only difference is the tires. So on the Mini, the rear tires are 16 and the front tire is 18. And then on the regular, the rear tire is 18, the front tire is 20. And then on the Max, the rear tire is 20 and the front tire is 22. That's the only difference. I'm 6'5" and weigh 200 pounds. I'm guessing I'm going to look kind of silly on the Mini. Designed for individuals that are 4'9" up to 5'5". The regular is for individuals 5'1" up to 5'9", and then the Plus is 5'3" up to 6'3". None of them are really designed for me, but believe it or not, we ended up picking the Mini. Pearl's 5'6", and so she's an inch over what it recommends, but she fits on there just perfect. And that's what we're hoping for. You know, I kind of think this is going to be a much better bike for Pearl than the one that she's been riding for the last year. These trikes, I'm guessing you probably know it already, but they're built more for elderly people or people with mobility issues or balance issues, and that's Pearl's problem. She has vertigo occasionally and loses her balance. So the trike is just the perfect thing for her, but with it being a little bit lower and having that weight on the rear tires, I think it's going to be a little safer. But it's still a trike, and it's just physics. When a three-wheel vehicle starts to make a turn, a trike, that inside wheel is going to try to lift up off the ground if you got any speed at all. So you tilt just a little bit, you lean into the turn, put a little more weight on the inside tire, and that solves it. But you do have to slow down, even with the differential they've got. You've got your motor back on the rear axle, where your weight is. It makes it feel a lot more stable, but it's still a trike. You still got to slow down. But first I want to go over what really makes this E-Trike stand out in the $2,000 or less range of E-Trikes is these features here on the powertrain. The battery is a 20 amp hour battery. That's huge. Most of them are 15 amp hours or less. The motor, 750 watts, that's as big a motor as you can have. That's 1 horsepower. But a lot of them got 500 or 350 or something like that. Got the big motor, has a controller that it's a 25 amp controller. And that is almost 1,000 watts of power at your disposal. And then torque. CityTri has got 90 Newton meters of torque. I think the electric bike, it said they had 65 Newton meters, and rad power, I don't think even listed. But 90 Newton meters of torque, that's equal to 66 foot-pounds. And those of you guys that have been on a torque wrench and tried to put 66 foot-pounds of torque onto a bolt, that takes a lot of power. That's a lot of torque. And torque gets you, what it's for is when you're maybe stopped or going real slow and you're trying to get up, like pulling into your driveway or pulling into a parking lot that might have a steep ramp. You need that torque to get the wheels rolling and go right from the get-go. If you're a heavier person, you might weigh 200, 250, maybe more pounds, going up a hill or starting up a hill or maintaining your speed uphill. Torque is what converts that power to get them rear wheels going when you need a big demand of power at the low end at a slow speed. All these power numbers that we're talking about, that's what brings the value to the CityTri. And if you're a small guy and you live in, or a girl, and you live in a level area, you don't plan on traveling on a lot of hills, you don't plan on going more than 10 or 12 miles on a trip and back, so that's 20, 25 miles. Because trust me, you're not going to get 90 miles on the CityTri or 60 miles on the electric trike. In normal riding, you're probably going to get a third of what the manufacturer is suggesting. Or you don't live in hilly country and stuff, you may not need all of this power. But when you need it, you need it. And the CityTri has got it in spades. It's just really powerful bike. It's not high speed. It goes, class 2 bikes can go 20 miles an hour. So it goes as fast as it can go, and being on public, streets and bike paths and that kind of stuff. So that's where you come up with, it's got more specs than the average bike in this price range. The trikes run from like $1,500, $1,200, $1,500 up to like 3,000 bucks. The Grand Tan trike, our other E-Trike that Pearl's been riding for the last year, it cost around $3,000 when we got it a year ago. And the CityTri has got all the features that that's got and more. And so if you're like Pearl and I, and you've always enjoyed getting out, walking, riding your bikes and stuff, but maybe one or both of you, just not as comfortable as you used to be up on a bike, balancing yourself going down a bike trail or down a bike path. Or if you don't want to haul your E-Trike somewhere on one of these ramps, you want to fold it up and put it inside your car. The CityTri might be a good solution. We found that it works great. Pearl just is not as comfortable as she used to be riding a regular bicycle. But you got to remember it's a trike, and you do have to slow down, especially on uneven surfaces. These are made to ride on pavement or smooth trails and stuff, or gravel, maybe gravel roads with small rocks and whatnot. But they're not made for off-road. They're not made for like a bicycle. And the faster you go on the bicycle, the more stable you are. On a trike, you're nice and stable as long as you're going straight and on a smooth surface. I sort of look at an E-Trike as something in between these four-wheel mobility devices or electric scooter things and an e-bike. Pearl still is active and has all kind of energy and wants to go do things when we go riding e-bikes with our friends and whatnot. But she's got that balance, that vertigo issue. So she's not comfortable riding on a bike and some of the issues that brings up, as we all can remember. As long as she can remember on the curves to take her curves a little bit slower, 5 miles, 6, 7 miles an hour. Kind of like a car, you slow down to make a curve. E-Trike, you slow down to make those turns. It works great, and we can go riding on bike trails, riding on semi-decent dirt roads and whatnot. It's just in the middle. It lets us stay active and go do the things we want to do and do them together and do them with our friends. It's a pretty good alternative. So what do you think? Is electric trike something that might work for you guys? For Pearl and I, it's been a real game changer. We've got a number of friends that have got e-bikes. Right now, Pearl's the only one with the E-Trike. But it fits right in. We go out on bike trails, the E-Trike keeps right up with the e-bikes. Everybody slows down to make their turns. It just works great. This one is the Ad Motor Grand Tan. This is what she rode all last year. And it's got a basket. You can see the CityTri that we've been showing. Ad Motor hasn't sent the basket yet, so we don't have that installed to set back there on the back. The baskets are huge. They're a great addition to let you pack all your stuff. And if you are thinking about a electric trike, we feel it's great having the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, where when you do get out on roads where the speed limit's a little faster, you can keep up with the flow of traffic just a little bit better and fit right in. We don't like going 20 miles an hour very often, but there's sometimes that comes in really handy. CityTri also added a neat little feature, walk mode.
For the walking mode.
It's a pretty good pace too, huh?
It's not a bad pace.
I think it's like 3.5 miles an hour. Something like that. The only bad thing is you have to hold your finger on the button. I wish you would come along. So we're curious what you guys think. If you're thinking you might want an e-bike, put your comments down below what you think about an e-bike or E-Trike, either one. And we're just curious. It seems like we see more and more of these every campground we go to. And we'd really be interested to hear how many of you are like Pearl and I, where one of you enjoys the e-bike, but the other one not so much. I kind of got a feeling this couple here, she's saying, get me an E-Trike. I want an E-Trike. So if you're thinking about that, or if you already have an E-Trike, how do you haul it around? Do you have a foldable E-Trike or a foldable e-bike? Really curious to hear what's going on out there and what's happening. We don't see too many E-Trikes yet, but we do see one occasionally. So let us know how you do it. So that pretty well covers it. If you want to know more about the Admotor CityTri or the Grand Tan or any of their e-bikes or e-trikes, we'll put a link down to the Admotor website in the description box. And we'll also put an Amazon link to the CityTri if you want to go there and check it out. So until we see you guys again next time, keep the wheels rolling, stay safe. We'll see you at the next exit, folks. Bye-bye.